feel that way again. A lot of people don't understand me, but they don't know my story. They don't know my story. So when I find that I am stuck and I start to feel those weeds in my brain, I identify what that is. I said, okay, I'm on that hamster wheel, and I remove myself from that space. When you remove yourself from a space, you actually allow your brain to reset and reactivate. Absolutely. So you're removing yourself. And that bit of time that you took to walk to the kitchen, to go outside, to go to the living room, wherever that's opposite of where you are, you gave your brain an opportunity to reset. When your brain resets, that's when you want to fill it with something positive. But most importantly, women, we want to make sure that we're able to identify that. So we talked about, analyzing, self-reflecting. We talked about making sure we have a plan of action, and we talked about that hamster wheel that we do not want to get on. Now there's another thing that really holds us back, that prevents us from being the very best possible version of us. Now something else that we do, women, that we do is we're constantly looking back. Now the only time you should be looking back is if you're going to help somebody get up in the front. That's the only time you look back. So if you're getting to the top, you're climbing to the top, you're at the top of the ladder, and you want to look back and you want to help somebody, that is your reasonable service. I believe that's what we're all supposed to do.
Yes.
I believe that that's what I was created to do. And I give honor to God for everything I do. So I'm very quick to extend a hand to help, because guess what? I work for God first, then I work for man. So if I'm doing something, I'm doing that for God, and then I'm doing it for man. And God continues to bless me for my obedience. So when you're looking back, that's okay to look back to pull somebody up. But if you're looking back and you're distracted from your own development, and you're distracted from your own growth, then that's not a positive thing. So for example, you're running a race. We all have our own battles, we all have our own races. And when you're running your race, you're keeping your eyes on your prize. Whatever that prize is, you got your blinders on, you're focused, you're not looking to your left, you're not looking to your right, you're not looking behind you. You are focused on your prize. And guess what? Because you're focused, you are successful. Because you're focused, you are touching lives. Because you're focused, you are doing great things. And you're running that race, and guess what? Now that you're focused and things are going great, you look over to the left. You're spending too much time looking back, guess what? You lose momentum. Focus on you, do you. The only way to save somebody else is to first save you. I'm going to say that again. Focus on you, do you. The only way to save somebody else is to first save you.
Yes.
So we want to be mindful of that. Something else is, we're all born for greatness. We are. We're all destined for greatness. I'm going to tell you something right now. There's nobody in this room that's better than me. There's nobody in this room that's better than you. There's nobody in the room, outside of this building that's better than me. There's nobody outside of this building that's better than you. Understand that everybody has a special measure of greatness. Everybody has their own special measure of talent. You can't compare your gift to my gift. I can't compare my gift to your gift, because we all have gifts. So what's up with all the competition of gifts? It's kind of like fingerprints. There's never more than one type of fingerprint. There's never more than one type of gift. So now let's talk about surface greatness. Now surface greatness is the greatness that I would refer to, the greatness that's on the surface. That's the greatness that you see a little bit more distinctive than the greatness that's on the inside. So an example of surface greatness is maybe a 5-year-old that can speak 12 languages. That's surface greatness. Another form of surface greatness is maybe somebody graduated from Harvard with a master's degree at the age of 13. That's surface greatness. Another form of surface greatness is maybe a 17-year-old started their own t-shirt company, and that they ended a program for gifted and talented students, and they're now in high school receiving college credits. That's surface greatness. That's greatness that you see on the surface. Now understand, their greatness is on the surface. That doesn't mean that you are less great than they are. Right. That means that you just got to dig a little bit deeper, because guess what? Everybody has greatness inside of them, and there's layers on top of your greatness. So there are people, again, the surface greatness when it's on the outside. But then there's also people that have the inside greatness. And all that means is you got to dig a little bit more. So I have a question to you, because it's all about participation from the reigning queens. That's right. Whoop, whoop. All right, so, and we're going to exercise. We're going to get up. Now, for those of you who know that you are destined for greatness, I need you to stand up. I need all my queens that know that they 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 are destined for greatness. I need y'all to stand up. Now, for those of you who may not know your purpose, but you want to be great, but you strive to be great, but you don't know how to be great, I need y'all to stand up. Everybody standing? Y'all made my job a little bit easier. All right. Now we're going to remain standing. And again, I need you to focus on you. This is your time to get healed. This is your time to be delivered. This is your time. So what I need you to do is put those blinders on and keep your eyes on your own prize. You guys all came on time ready to receive something. Now receive what I am here to give you, but take it seriously. Because honest to goodness, I am truly a happy person. It's not a fake, it's not a front, I'm not on drugs, I'm not drinking alcohol just to be happy. I am truly a happy person. I'm truly a happy person. I would say more than 90% of the time I feel confident, I feel free, I'm in a state of bliss, and it is authentic and it is real. And that feeling is so much better than being stressed out and crying and complaining and all the other stuff that gives me that yucky feeling. I fought to get here. I practiced the art of mind over matter for over 10 years. 10 years, that's a long time. 10 years I would get up and say, you know what? I'm tired of crying myself to sleep. You know what? I'm tired of worrying about everything. I don't want to be like everybody else. I never desired, I never aspired to be like anyone else. Yet you're in this society that makes you feel uncomfortable for not being like them. Look, I cut my t-shirt on purpose just because I didn't want to be like anybody else. I woke up this morning and I said, you know what? Everybody's going to have on t-shirts. I don't want to have a t-shirt like everybody else. And that's okay. And I'm not saying that you guys are all in the same, mindset because you have on the same t-shirts, but I'm just saying in my mind, because I strive so hard, because I work so hard to get to the point where I'm comfortable being different, that now every chance I get to be different, I want to be different. I don't want to be like anyone else. Now back to what I was saying as far as everybody is here to receive something. Now receive what I'm going to do. Don't be ashamed to do what I'm about to ask you to do. Just go with it. I promise you, you will feel some of those chains being broken. So again, I need you to have an open heart and I need you to have an open mind. In order for this to work, you must have an open heart and an open mind. You guys are here for a reason. You guys are here for a reason. So you guys are hungry for something. So let me give you what I'm trying to give you. So, for my queens that are standing up, I want us to dig up greatness. So I need you to motion with me that you are digging up your greatness. Now for those of you who are already great, for those self-published authors, those motivational speakers, for those therapists, for those bloggers, for all those wonderful women, that means your greatness is on the surface. But there's a lot of future doctors in here, future attorneys in here, future artists in here, and I need you to feel that. I need you to dig up your greatness. Understand that we are all equipped for greatness. It's in there. You just got to dig it up. That's right. Dig it up. This is your time. This is some serious stuff. I am truly a happy person because I'm not ashamed to do things that maybe other people are ashamed to do. I'm not ashamed to try things that maybe some people are ashamed to try. I'm open to this because I don't want to be sad. All right. Thank you guys for your participation. Give you guys a second. Get situated. All right, everybody good? Everybody good? All right, so now I want to talk about focusing on what you want. And I'm going to give you an example of why it's important to focus on what you want and why it's beneficial to you and the power that's in focusing on what you want. So a perfect example is if you don't want it to rain. This is just a basic example to help you understand where my mind is going with this. You don't want it to rain tomorrow, okay? You have a big event and you don't want it to rain. What you don't want to do is say out of your mouth, I don't want it to rain. Because anything that you speak, anything you focus on does expand, believe it or not. Trust me, I know it works. So if you don't want it to rain outside, you don't want to think, oh man, I don't want it to rain. You don't want to speak, oh man, I don't want it to rain. What you want to do is speak, oh, I hope tomorrow it's sunny. I hope tomorrow it's a sunny day outside. I hope the sun shines bright. Do you guys see the difference in that? Yes. Because again, whatever you focus on will expand. So if all you're doing is focusing on, I don't want it to rain, I don't want it to rain, you are actually increasing your level of stress. Yes. You're increasing your level of stress because you're so stressed out about you not wanting it to rain. But when you're focusing on what you want, oh, you know what, I hope it's sunny out. I hope the sun shines bright. I hope this and I hope that. You're now expanding what you want. Now, even if it does rain, your state of mind is much stronger when you're focusing on what you want versus what you do not want. So if you're thinking about, oh man, I don't want it to rain, I don't want it to rain, I don't want it to rain, your stress level is already this high, and then it rains, your stress level is this high. But when you're focusing on, oh, I hope today's a sunny day, I hope tomorrow it's sunny out, I hope the sun shines bright, and it rains, you're like, you know what, I'll get through it. I'll get through it somehow, some way, I wanted it to be sunny, well maybe it'll get sunny later. Your whole outlook is different, and your level of stress is not here, it might be here. So we really want to focus on what we want, not what we do not want. We want to make sure that we're very mindful and deliberate about what we are saying and what we are speaking into the universe. Because thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. I heard somebody up here just say manifest. Thoughts are things. If all you do is think about dreariness, sadness, depression, blah, 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 and that's all you're thinking about, guess what? You're creating your own little universe of sadness and despair. So understand that life and death is truly in the power of your tongue. So be mindful. So when you leave here today, use the tools that are provided. I'm going to share a few of my tools, but we have many other dynamic speakers who are going to be sharing their tools. So make sure you guys take this seriously, because this stuff really works. This isn't an act, this isn't a facade. This stuff really works. Everything that I wanted in my life, everything has already happened. Everything that I asked for from God, everything that I prayed for, everything that I focused on has already happened. And now I'm trying to think of what I want next. Real talk, I'm trying to think of what I want next. In my house, I have a vision board. And on my board, I have everything that I want. And guess what? I get up every morning, I look at my vision board, I thank God for it, and I work towards it, and I believe, and I receive. So I'm trying to think of the next thing, like, all right, well, I never thought I could write a book. I wrote that book in a day. I wrote that book in a day, and I self-published it in 6 months. Because that was God's divine purpose for me. And if God can do it for me, he can do it for you.
Amen.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this. I know you guys are a little bit curious about what I got going on up here. You guys curious about what all this is? You know, a couple of people were asking, they're like, what's this that she got on the table? Well, this is the poison, this is the temple, and this is life. And what I'm going to cover is some more detail about the poison that we put in our body. So I'm going to give you guys some examples about the poison we put in our body. So one example of poison in our body is when we are elevating someone else and demoting ourselves. We're elevating someone else and we're demoting ourselves. So perfect example. You might look at somebody and you might say, oh, you know what? She has a nice body. I wish I had a body like hers. And then you say, I hate my body. And you just poison yourself. Now there's nothing wrong with admiring somebody. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to somebody so you can learn and grow from them. That's a good thing. I admire women every single day. Every day I'm like, oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, I wonder how I'm gonna get. That's cool. But when you get to the point where you are elevating them and you are demoting yourself, that is poison. You are putting poison in your temple. You're poisoning your temple. I need you guys to understand that. Another way that we poison our temple is what I call undercover haterade. Undercover haterade, that's a little bit different.
Undercover hater, what?
Haterade. Now these are Wendy's terms. I got my own dictionary. It's called the Wendy Dictionary. But I call it haterade. I'm going to tell you what undercover haterade is. Undercover haterade is when you have a friend. You have a friend and you love your friend. You look out for your friend and you're there for your friend. You got your friend's back. There's this little tiny piece of you, just a tiny piece, that's not always happy when they're happy. There's this little tiny, it's a little piece, you love them, but a little tiny piece of you kind of wishes they would fail. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just a little bit you want them to fail, just so you can feel like you are measuring up to them. And that's poison. Another form of poison is when you are constantly pushing and constantly focusing on other people and you forget about yourself. That's some more poison. Another form of poison is, girl, let me tell you what happened. Did you hear what Riley did? Oh my goodness, let me tell you what Tiffany did, girl. You need to call me. Let me tell y'all what's going. Did y'all hear that? Let me tell you. Gossip is one of the worst forms of poison. And although you're gossiping about someone else, you are sharing that negative energy. You are sharing that negative vibe. Gossip about someone else is poison to your temple. Now, I want some participation. Any other ideas of what poison is to your temple? Give me some examples. Don't be shy, don't be quiet. Yes, now before you speak, I'd like you to stand up. I'd like you to share your name and where you're from. What's the list? Your name, what else? Your first name, where you're from, and then offer an example. Okay, my name is Leah. Hi, everybody. I'm from Philadelphia. I would say lack of mindfulness and self-care for yourself, I feel like, is poison. Because if you're not taking care of yourself first, you can't take care of anybody else. If you can't save yourself, how can you save someone else? In order to save someone else, you must first save yourself. Thank you so much. Give her a shovel because she is digging out the greatness inside her. She is a shovel. She is a rocket. Understand? I'm giving away tickets for participating. You can stop back there. Don't be shy. All right, let me get another example of what poison is. Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Stand up. What's your name? Where you from? Give us an example.
Okay. My name's Kirsten, and I'm from Conshohocken, and I would say self-doubt.
Self-doubt?
Yes.
Thank you. Come on. Self-doubt is another form of poison. All right, we need one more. One more person. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. This is a safe place, safe environment. Come on, I know you guys got something for me. One more. Crickets? All right, I see one back there. Your name and where you from, and then give me an example of poison, please.
Jessica, Philadelphia, living in the moment, always just being happy in that moment, what you have now, and enjoying what you have.
And that's a form of poison?
Oh, okay, opposite.
Not living in the moment.
You got it. Very good. We understand what you meant. That's my life. So we're going to say that again. So we finished up our poison, and we're going to speak some life in a little bit. So again, we want to focus on what we want. We want to focus on what we want, and we want to be mindful and deliberate with our words. Life and death is truly in the power of our tongue. So we want to be deliberate. And it takes some time. Again, I've been doing it for over 10 years. And I still have moments when I don't always get it right. But I try really hard to make sure that I recover a lot faster. So if I have a bad day, my bad day might last me 24 hours. It might last me 5 hours. It might last me 2 minutes. It might last me 10 seconds. So bad days do come. But I try to recover a lot faster than that hamster wheel and thinking of the same thing over and over again for months or even years. Sometimes we have to let go and grow. So we share some examples about poisoning the temple. Now we're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about the power of our tongue. Again, we talked about life and death is in the power of our tongue. So we talked about the death or the poison. Now let's talk about life. We already talked about focusing on what we want. We talked about, being grateful for every moment. Now let's talk about waking up with an attitude of gratitude. Waking up in the morning is a blessing. It is a gift. And when we wake up with an attitude of gratitude, we are now speaking life into our temple. Something that I personally do, and again, I've been doing this for a long time, but something that I personally do in the morning is I have a window. I have a 30-minute window that I open my eyes before I get out of my bed. 30 minutes. Most people, they get the alarm, they get right up. I got 30 minutes of meditation because I got to get my mind right. I got to get my mind right because in my home, it's my sanctuary. My home is my sanctuary. I very seldom have company. I absolutely do not like